Nagsalita na nga si Congressman Ongab sa nangyaring panayam ni House Appropriations Committee Stella Quimbo patungkol sa sinasabing BICAM report na napag-alaman na maraming mga blanco at kulang-kulang pa mga appropriations. Dito binatikos ito ni Congressman Ongab at sinabing hindi typo error ang nangyari. Mahigit 28 blank items ang nangyari sa mahigit 13 pahina nito. Ayon sa interview kay Quimbo, isa na lamang itong calculator o mano-mano na lamang ang kanilang ginawa para mapunan ang mga blanco doon pagdating sa General Appropriations Bill na naging basihan ng General Appropriations Act na pinirmahan ni PBBM. Dagdag pa ni Congressman Ongab, imposible raw na basta-basta na lamang mapunan ang mga blankong iyon. Hindi matibay ang eksplenasyon ni Quimbo. Matatandaan natin noong mga nakaraang araw ay inihahanda na ni Attorney Vic Rodriguez ang mga kasong isasampa nila sa Supreme Court upang questionin ang nasabing kababalaghan sa BICAM report. Samantala nagbigay naman ng pahayag ang former spokesperson ni Pangulong Duterte na si Harry Roque. The failure of our legislators to perform even the basics of their job, which is to ensure a complete reconciled version of the budget in the form of BICAM report, once and for all proves that the 19th Congress is the worst Congress in history. Today, we undeniably have the worst president in the worst Congress. This is Bagong Pilipinas. Nauna ng kwenisyon ni Pangulong Duterte ang BICAM report dahil sa mga nangyayaring anomalya rito. Hindi ito po pwede na basta na nalamang na blanco ang mga appropriations na magiging basihan ng General Appropriations Act. Ating pakinggan ang panayam kay Kongresista Ongab patungkol sa issue na ito.
Issue. We are not spreading false information here. Kasi congressman ako, pinadalhan ako ng email, meron ako na-receive na copy na Bicameral Conference Committee report. At hindi lang ako, may mga lumabas na nagsabi na nakakuha sila ng mga kopya ng Bicameral Conference Committee report.
That's true.
So, yes, tama yon. Yung GAB ang magiging GAA. Ang tinatanong namin, ang basis para gawin yung enrolled bill ng GAA is the Bicameral Conference Committee report. May blanco yung Bicameral Conference Committee report. Okay? So, that's what makes things questionable. Paano na-filled up at paano nalagyan ng figures yung GAA. Blanco yung Bicam report mo eh.
So ano naging basis?
You cannot disregard or you can never belittle the Bicameral Conference Committee report. Kasi yung katulad ng comment ng isang USEC dito.
Another interesting thing, we have a undersecretary, no? This is public naman, ito sa Facebook. She commented that to further clarify, the BICAM report is not the big...
Never ka makakita ng ngayon lang ito nangyari na mayroong Bicameral Conference Committee report na blanco. Because pipirmahan yan ng members. Second, it will be ratified by the plenary ng both houses. So you cannot present a blank Bicameral Conference Committee report. So please do not belittle the Bicameral Conference Committee report because that is the reconciled agreement, that is the reconciled figures of what the two houses has conferred with. At saka pinirmahan yan, inaprubahan yan ng BICAM nominated by the plenary. At the same time, i-ratify yan. So, you never can belittle the Bicameral Conference Committee report. Ang nangyari ngayon, questionable, highly questionable kung bakit may blanco nga yung BICAM report. Page doon na nakasulat kung ano ang education sector. Ang total, 799 million pesos is the biggest allocation. Sinabi rin during the one, kung babasahin mo yung President's message, nakasulat din, the number one expenditure in terms of appropriation, the highest will go to the education sector, 799 billion. So, nag-match, no? Nagtali. Number 2 is the DPWH, 700 billion. So, nakasulat din sa President message. yung at sa BESF, yung number 2 yung DPWH na budget. Okay, sa sinabi ko na kanina, yung proseso, first reading, second reading sa lower house, first reading, second reading sa upper house. Yung resulta ng dalawa, i-reconcile mo through Bicameral Conference Committee. Yung output ng Bicameral Conference Committee is clear na binawasan nila ng 31 billion yung 799 billion ng education sector at dinagdagan ng 288 billion yung DPWH. So 1.1 trillion ng DPWH, overtaken talaga. Kahit idagdag mo pa yung mga dinagdag nila, which I think nag-imbento na yon kasi nandoon sa BESF at saka nandoon sa President's message yung yung pag-submit, sinabi na doon na yung totals na doon na. So dapat yung plus minus mo doon na sa BICAM. At saka yung dinagdag nila na convergence projects, DPWH talaga yan. Alam ni Benjamin. Yung hindi lang convergence projects, yung dinagdag nila yung salary differential. Siyempre, mas malaki yung salary differential for the teachers kasi malaki yung teaching force compared to the DPWH employees. However, since time immemorial, pagpasok ko pa sa Kongreso, nandyan yan sa MPBF. MPBF talaga yan. Paano mo ipasok sa education sector, idagdagan. So, kahit anong engineering pa or re-engineering yung gagawin mo, mataas na talaga itong 2025. Mas mataas ang public works budget, which makes it unconstitutional. So that will be raised also. And may laking question, bakit binawasan yung o tinanggal yung budget ng PhilHealth? The health advocates, health sector, maraming doctors are questioning bakit tinanggal yung 74 billion doon. The 74 billion there is intended for the indirect beneficiaries of the PhilHealth. Kasi yung iba naman, yung direct, ay meron naman silang nagbabayad sila ng premium, deduction yun sa salaries. Yung indirect beneficiaries, binabayaran natin yun, galing yan sa syntax law. Yung sinasabi ni Sequendel na may mga automatic appropriations, meron tayong tinatawag na earmark funds. Because the syntax law says the increment of 103, Republic Act 10351, yung 80% yan will go to universal healthcare.